musical director of Finchcocks. I'm enjoying a wonderful sunny day sat outside the walled gardens of Finchcocks. If you've been following the course so far, you'll have played scales, arpeggios, chords, full pieces of music, white notes, black notes, but we haven't read a note of music yet, so we'd better fill in that gap. The way the notes move up and down on the page is very intuitive. Notes going up, notes going down. So far so good, but how do I read those notes? Well, my right hand tends to play tunes that are in a good range for children's voices or female voices. So, if I have a musical stave, that's what we call the 5 lines of the music, and I say that this is the low note, E, that Eira just sang to us, and this is the top F. I can draw all the notes of the treble range and label them. This symbol is the treble clef, which indicates that we're playing in this range. The notes that fall in spaces, quite by chance, spell out the word face. We often use the sentence, "Every good boy deserves football," to help us to memorise the notes on the lines. So those are the notes of the treble clef. They're the comfortable range of a treble singer, and for us beginner pianists, they're the notes that the right hand plays. Now my left hand plays in a completely different range.
G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G.
Here are those bass notes translated onto the musical stave. Low G up to A. And when music is written in the bass range, we indicate this with this symbol, the bass clef. The mnemonic sentences that we often use for the bass clef notes are "all cows eat grass" and "great big dogs from America." So the left hand plays the notes that are printed on the bass clef, and the right hand plays the notes that are printed on the treble clef. There's a rather special note that's easy to identify on the page. It's nearly the first note in every piano tutor book, and that is middle C. Middle C is quite low for a treble singer, so we draw an extra line for it. Middle C is quite high for a bass singer, so we draw an extra line for it. In both cases, it looks like some kind of UFO with its extra line, so it's easy to identify. On piano sheet music, it's in the middle of the 2 staves, hence the name Middle C. Let's go indoors and put some of this into practice. So here we are in the main recital room at Finchcocks with a lovely Steinway. Here's the piece you're going to play. Notice that there are 8 middle C's in a row and then an ascending scale. These are steady notes. This note is long. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it's easy to memorise, but try to keep your eye on the music and read the notes every time you play. As usual, rewind and play along with me as often as you like. Here's the same exercise, but start with your left hand thumb on C, play a string of C's and then a descending scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. As always, rewind as often as you like. Maybe say the letter names aloud as you play. There are various apps you can download to help you learn your note names. Just type note names into the App Store, see what you come up with. But at this stage you really must buy yourself a tutor book They'll be full of lots of tunes written in simple notation. This is one I use, tunes for 10 fingers. This is another one, Piano Star. These are full of cartoons. They're written with children in mind, but I rather like the cartoons. The Michael Eira piano course has some really good music in it. This one's quite interesting. This is by Marcel Zidani, and it introduces the sustaining pedal straight away, and it's written in much more of a pop style. And then this is a classic, dozen a day, a dozen exercises to play each day to develop your finger agility. Here's another short piece for you to play. I've written in some fingering to help you. Just read the notes and join me. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the next lesson, I'll show you how rhythms are written, and I'll explain a bit more about the black notes. Do get hold of a good tutor book so you'll have plenty of tunes to learn. Have fun.